Hi there, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm putting together my Project Life spread for the week of February 13th through February 18th, 2024. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so this is the week after my vacation. So it's actually only 6 days here because we came back on the Monday. So I mixed that with the previous week, which was my trip to St. Lucia. So this was a very kind of quiet week, just trying to get back into routine, relaxing, a little bit of shopping, to get stuff, especially like groceries and everything like that. But otherwise, not a lot happened. And I get a lot of comments on Instagram and questions like, how do you document your week every week when it's just you? And, there's not a lot going on. Like, how is your life not boring? How do you find stuff to document? And not a lot happens in my life, but I don't find my life boring. I enjoy my life. That's why this is how I live my life. And if you find your life boring, then maybe you should take that as a sign to, do something a little more interesting. Get out of the house, find more hobbies, whatever it is that makes you feel like your life is actually, what you want to document. I think for me, scrapbooking is very much a reflection of what I see in my life. It helps me kind of see the good in everything that I experience and see all the little things that are positives and just make the best of it. So I love scrapbooking for that reason, and it makes me love my life so very much. So, okay, let's see here. What am I going to do to document this week? I think I kind of messed up the photos because I don't think I realized that I had this one I wanted to do for my title card, but we'll see. Let's see what we want to do because I'm using the February Stories by the Month kit, and I know I'm going to use this card, and I know I remember that because I saved all this ephemera here to put on here. I'm just looking through the rest of these cards. I'm super excited to get into this kit, but I'm thinking I'm not going to use any of those because I don't have any more 4x6 spots. I kind of do want this one here though as my title so that it kind of matches the rest of the month, but I don't, maybe I'm going to use an insert. I wasn't planning on it, but there's so much in this kit. These kits are so full and I want to use my kits. So I'm just going to go through the cards first and kind of see what stories do I have. I think that this is kind of like good point though. If I can get an insert in here, nothing really happened this week, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ability to just document these little things and all the little everyday moments. Here's a perfect card for that. Everyday moments that happened in February. Okay, so let me see. If I did an insert, what would that look like? Well, I know I need to put more 4x6 pockets. So I'm going to go grab an insert and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I got this insert. I'm going to just make a little bit of space for myself here. All of this ephemera I'm going to put off to the side till I'm ready to put that card together. And I want to say, I hope that what I'm saying about project life and kind of finding all the little details in your life to document, I don't mean that to come off negative towards anyone. And I don't think that anyone means it negatively towards me when they say, like, what do you have to document in your life? But sometimes it kind of comes across that way, like, of course I have stuff to document in my life. If I didn't like the way that my life looked, I wouldn't be living my life right now the way that I'm living it. So there's this, there's this quote card. So I'm just going to try to go through this stuff and figure out what I want to put in here. I do love this one that's got the days of the week. So because I am putting this insert and I really don't have that many photos extra because I printed it thinking I wasn't doing an insert, I'm going to have to come up with other stuff to put in here. So let's see, I have these They're like speech bubble die cuts and stuff. This kit is so packed full of stuff that, you know, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use these, and I'm sorry I'm so all over the place because I'm trying to like look through the kit and talk at the same time. And you guys know I'm not the best at that. Okay, there's the currently celebrating one. You might want to use that. So the 3 things cards I know I'm not using. Oh, and there's the calendar ones. I do want to use those, but probably not next to that. Then of course there's all the vellum pieces. The say yes, say no. A lot of these I think are similar. Like these I think were like in a previous kit, so they look kind of familiar, but they're still super pretty all brought together. So let's see, I think I want to put a photo right here. So I'm going to put this guy, and then this is going to be here. Then this photo is going to go on this 4x6. So I need like a background for that one. I'm thinking I'm just going to use this vellum, and some of the vellum ones like this, I'm just going to use it as if it was a solid card, and it's going to work perfectly fine. Let's see. The Galentine's Day, not really for me. Also not this week, because this is the week, actually this does have Valentine's Day in it, but I don't do anything for Valentine's Day. So let's see, I need something to go right here. And I'm gonna look over in my Hobonichi cousin to see what kind of stories I have this week. So let's see. Just a few random things. Getting back into routine. I had 2 days off when I got back from my vacation to just like relax and craft. So I'm gonna put these speech bubbles. I want like patterns behind them. I think I might use these say yes and say no ones just to use them, because I don't like the colors though. There's also this vellum that was from the paper pack that definitely goes with this kit. So I'm thinking I could use that. Let me look through all of these. So we've got February Feelings, this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday one. I think I want to use that one. Dear Me, I Love You. Very cute. Today, here are some details. February Moments. I think I'm going to put this one here on that card. And some of these, oh, like this XO, that's so cute. Okay, I think I'm going to put you guys on fast forward while I look through the rest of this and kind of decide how I want this all to be laid out, because there's a lot going on and a lot on my desk, and I'm having a hard time like moving stuff around and thinking and talking. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and do a voiceover. Okay, guys, so I am going to be real with you here. I often say on these videos how much I love how a spread comes out. This one I don't actually really love how it comes out, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So I, like I said in the beginning, decided to add an insert because I printed one 4x6 photo and one 4x4 photo, and I only had 3 4x6 pockets, and I had 2 cards from the kit that I really, really wanted to include. So what I decided to do was add an insert to give myself more 4x6 pockets. The problem was I needed 1 or 2 more 4x6 pockets, and giving myself an insert gives me 4 4x6 pockets and 4 3x4 pockets. Of course, this gave me the opportunity to use more from the kit, so I did enjoy that. And looking at the final spread now, I don't hate it. I do like a lot of it, and I like that I was able to use a lot of the kit because these Stories by the Month kits are jam-packed, and because I use so many different products in my album and I only use this kit for 1 weekly spread, I liked having the opportunity to use more of the products. That said, I feel like there's just a little too much filler content in this spread for me. I do like that I was able to use a lot of those products. I like that I was able to include the 4x6 cards that I wanted. I like that I was able to include some filler cards. I do want to be able to do that in my spreads, but I'm not super thrilled with the total what comes together here. And I think that what I should have done was gone back to my computer and printed that 4x4 photo of my bookshelves in a smaller square so that it would fit on a 3x4 card. Or I could have decided to include the insert and go back to my computer and print 1 or 2 additional photos, because I do always have more photos to pull from. I had printed the number of photos I printed with the intention of only doing one spread without an insert. So I think I was just kind of lazy and didn't want to go back to my computer and print more photos once I pulled everything out and was ready to work on this spread. So that is my kind of disclaimer on this spread. So I'm going to go now talk about what I'm doing. So I pulled over those word phrase strips that are tan. Those were from the January Stories by the Month. And I pulled over this pink sheet that was from and much older set, I think is probably from Studio Calico, and another pink one here, so that I could have a few additional embellishments to pull from and to stack on some of my photos. I like repeated embellishment, so I did use the word phrase strips on a couple of places. I also used some of the oval shaped chipboard pieces from the kit. Honestly, the oval shape I think is one of my least favorite dies that they have. They did do it one time for, I want to say like April, when they had like Easter eggs in that shape, which was really fun. But I don't know if maybe it's just because they've had this shape for a while, but I find the ovals are a little harder to use, or maybe it's just because they're all the same and I like the variety. I loved the die cuts that come in the Stories by the Month kit this year, and I loved layering them. So this photo of Pumpkin what he's laying by there is a piece of white foam board that I use to photograph my projects on. So I had it out to photograph projects, and he decided to lay there to take a nap. And I thought it was super cute. So I took that photo, and I didn't really care to have all of the background in the photo showing because it wasn't really like pretty or interesting. So I was able to layer some embellishments. And so I used one of the die cuts and some word phrase strips and chipboard piece. And I loved that layering look. I've gotten some comments lately about some people questioning kind of like how to make embellishment clusters that really work. And one of the things that I would say as a huge suggestion that works for me is to think about the different volumes of the things that you're layering. So but what I mean by that is like the thickness. So if you're using a chipboard piece, that is thicker. So you're going to want to layer it on top of some flat pieces like die cuts or stickers, and maybe only have 1 or 2 thicker embellishments like puffy stickers or wood veneer or anything like that. You really only want 1 or 2 of those. And if you do have some thicker ones, you want them to be, if you have more than one thicker one in the same embellishment cluster, you want them to have different thicknesses. So maybe not like 2 pieces of chipboard, but you could do a chipboard and then a puffy sticker that's not quite as thick as the chipboard, and that would look well. So that is just one of my tips that helps me decide what to put in an embellishment cluster. I love the die cuts in this set. I think I already said that, but there's these ones that are like speech bubbles that you can write in. So I used 2 of them to make some additional journaling cards. This one has all of the days of the week, so it was great for me to kind of just highlight what happened each day. I don't do that in every Project Life spread, partially because I keep my daily journal, so I do have that documented. And I also don't really need to know, like this is what happened Monday, this is what happened Tuesday. But once in a while, it is fun to do that. So I love that I had that opportunity on this spread. I also used the February feelings one. I haven't done that yet in the video, but I'm going to just journal about like how I felt overall this week and during this month. In Project Life, I do tend to document mostly like this is what happened during the current week. But when I have a spread like this where less is going on and I'm wanting to fill more space, and this kind of goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, sometimes you have slower weeks, sometimes you have less photos, and you still want to document it. That's when I bring in that additional content. So it might be something like reflecting on how I'm feeling overall. It might be reflecting on one small little story and kind of expanding on it to fill an entire card. And I do that on the heart-shaped journaling card there. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to journal about how I had been on the hunt for a perfect puffer vest, and I ended up finding one. I don't have a photo of it during this week because I do actually have one in the following week when I finally wore it. But this week was when I went through like shopping and trying some on and ordering some online and the whole process. And so I wanted to document that little story and make it kind of longer and detailed. So that gave me the opportunity for that. Some other things that I've done in the past would be document, what I'm eating every day, document gratitudes, a currently list, what I'm reading, what I'm watching. All of those types of things are great to fill in a spread where you don't have a ton that was going on that week. And they're so much fun to look back on and remember. In this spread, you can see a lot of my photos are just kind of random things. But like I said, I don't love how it comes out simply because I don't have as many photos as I would like. On this spread here on the right-hand side that I'm working on now, I end up with 3 photos total. And I really prefer to have 4 or 5 on this style of page protector. I just like to have a lot of photos in my album, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it this way. So if you do have fewer photos, this definitely works to have more of these filler things and more journaling to fill in the pockets. In this pocket now that I'm working on, I end up layering 2 of these speech bubbles, and I put it on some scrap paper from my stash. I'm going to go dig for that right now. So that's where I was. But here you can see this is some scrap paper, and it's just got like yellow polka dots on it. And I layer these 2 speech bubbles from the kit on it to create my own filler card. And I absolutely love how this one came out. So while I do say that I would have preferred to not have the filler in this spread, I had a lot of fun playing with the filler. And that's really kind of the goal with this project, is to enjoy the process. For this one here, I layered it on that saying yes card because I don't really need the card that says saying yes versus saying no. And instead, this just gave me a green background. So that's just a reminder that if some of these cards you don't like the sentiment or you're never going to use it, you can just cover it up and use it as a background color, which is so much fun. Here I'm doing that journaling about my February feelings, and I'm wrapping up the spread. Something I didn't talk about was in my insert there, I have a piece of vellum from the kit. It's that one with the hearts. You can see it in the top left corner. And I have it on both the front and the back so that you can see it through, because it is a piece of vellum. And with these kits, the Stories by the Month kits, they come with vellum. And that is one of the fun things to use it, is to leave it in a pocket where you can see it on both sides. Here's a look at the completed spreads, both the left side and the right side. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.